In most people's eyes, the pit of a fruit is a waste after tasting the fresh flesh. But in the hands of a miniaturist, this tiny nut can be turned from waste into wonder. Nut carving is both a time-honored and young art and was selected as a National Intangible Cultural Heritage in 2008. It's time-honored because there were written records about the craft in as early as the Song Dynasty, 960 to 1279, and the one-nut boat in the Ming Dynasty, 1368 to 1644, is a well-known ancient exposition. The sophisticated process of nut carving is like playing ballet on blade on the fruit pit, with the main tools being file, chisel, and drill. First, the pit has to go through preliminary processing with a rough file and a smooth file. And based on the initial shape, a design sample will be developed. Then the artisan will further process the pit with a round file and use a chisel to carve details, creating the eyebrows, eyes, mouth, etc. Finally, after polishing, waxing, drilling, it can be linked into a string of beads or matched with a base, thus becoming an art craft. The nut carving, small as it is, also has different styles and schools. The craft's artistic characteristics differ in the north and south regions of China. The northern China style of nut carving is mainly practiced in Lanfeng City, Hebei Province, and Weifeng City, Shandong Province. In 1915, at the Panama Pacific International Exposition held in San Francisco, the nut carving work depicted a horse-pulled cart won the gold medal. It was a masterpiece from Weifeng nut carving artisan Du Langwei. Weifeng nut carving is often practiced on peach pit and sometimes uses walnut and other raw materials. The surface layer of peach pit is rich in fold texture, featuring obvious concave and convex variations. The peach pit's texture is skillfully leveraged to carve vivid three-dimensional shapes, such as landscapes and figures, and depict history and fairy stories, among others. A wide variety of scenarios could be presented in the tiny space. Every nut carving work is a lively story. In 1955, during Premier Zhou Enlai's overseas visit, Weifeng nut carving was presented to foreign friends as a national gift. The southern China style of nut carving is mainly popular in Jiangsu, Zhejiang, and Guangdong provinces, and mostly use olive pits for carving. Taking Suzhou nut carving as an example, olive pits with thick outer walls and smooth surfaces would be selected, as they can be used at will and finely carved. Like the impression given by Suzhou, exquisiteness is also the feature of the city's nut carving. Carved pits in the shape of Arhat, Maitreya, Goddess of Mercy, and others could be featured on bracelets and necklaces. These exquisite accessories and playthings are quite popular among many traditional handicraft lovers. Nut carving is also a young tradition, as it has only been trendy for less than 20 years, featuring a shift from handicrafts to fashionable items. At the same time, in today's globalized information age, geographical location is no longer a limitation, and there are often interactions between the two styles and two regions of nut carving in contemporary practice. The addition of new forces has also led to more innovations. Modern aesthetics and present-day stories, combined with scientific and technological means, make nut carving works more up-to-date and push the craft to a new height.